begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What it do, what it is. I was expecting like 5 people for this opener since I know there's mad salt about me right now. In-house, out-house. Well, not the out-house, but outside the house. How's everybody doing? I'm pleasantly surprised there's 85 of you here on the opening. Wasn't expecting it. How you guys feeling? You guys like this cam filter? Thought it was something kind of hot. Tried to shoot some photos through this thing, did not work today. So I shot 3 different types of fucking photographs for this morning show. What a pain in my ass. Had to call fucking somebody in the room to help me with that fucking final name. Would you guys like it? Maximum leverage, right? Never fucking go into battle without all your ducks in a row, right? I never speak from a position of ignorance. You should never act from a position of ignorance, right? Information stands on its own 2 feet, and the person with the most of it in a closed system has a fucking direct advantage. A lot of people fucking hold fast to their opinionated positions and their fucking like biases and their emotionally driven nonsense. I've never been that motherfucker. If I don't have fucking I's dotted and T's crossed, I don't play. And that's, food for thought. It's a good way to enter any fucking arena. When I fucking come for your ass, motherfucker, I have you. 6 ways till Sunday. Guys like the theme? And of course, leverage equals fucking things to trade with, right? So, 93. actually not the lightest. I was actually pretty sure I was going to get a fucking protest today. I have, again, some amazing dank to start the day with. It is 9:25. I'm going to give you guys a crash on the NASDAQ and the market before it opens, because that is really important to do right now. We do have some things to talk on a broader resolution of time about the market today, so that's something you definitely want to stick around for. So we're watching this on the opening. Put it into the prep channel because it's really key, right? We watched the VIX bull flag we've got coming from March. This is the backwardation, last major shooting event in March. Market pump from that. We're at the trigger of the bull flag that was COVID, right? That is the most major level we've got down here under 21 to care about from what launched from that shit, right? It's the highest spike in fucking the VIX in fucking like decades. So we give a shit down here if he comes off of that level. This level is exactly like the level in Pepe that we found the location for, exactly like the level in BTC at 31K above the 17 cycle that we found the bounce location in the May 19th knife catch. It is a key level, right? Because price is people, and your support and resistance is based on fucking massive collections of human perception located in specific ranges. So these localized monopolies of perception we keep tabs on, or bull flags, bear flags, just wherever shockwaves are, huge massive people are important. This is a fear shockwave low. We really give a fuck, right? So we opened up in the morning and we've gotten a little weaker, which gives the market a little strength. If this fucking pulls back and rallies, you give a shit if this begins to trend that away and head to the other angle, right? Especially off of here. This is very significant, and this is basically as complacent as we've been since COVID. This is the lowest level since COVID. So that is kind of something we're watching and expand upon. As you go into the bell at 9:25, things to watch. All right, two scenarios exist. That guy pumps really hard out of here and floors us through the base of the range that we have here, and invalidates the resolution of like the bull flag that we're watching, right? So we've been watching this dude pull back, and he would invalidate this guy at the res that you're tracking him and just extend the bull flag, keep on tracking back, or be the beginnings of a deeper pullback, right? There's always the two scenarios you have. You either have the market like possibly making a bull flag, or the trend continues and he keeps on fucking trending that when you end up with a fucking trend, right? That's why we always kind of keep updating the context, right? It's either a flag like this, or he begins to trend and get crazier and crazier and crazier, and it's tied to other fundamentals in the market that say you're going to de-risk, not just a pullback. So that's something that's food for thought going in right here. This still box trade in the setup still is what you're watching. You're still in it for the morning, and then coming through the base of it, like clearing the base. Now you've cooked so much up here, you clearly have like, localized monopoly, like let me get a better color for you guys. Clearly have like a localized system here, and you have another key system like you see right here. That's why we put this box here. This is the highest volume node you've got in the range of behind it. So if we break the base, right, your chances to test this is like, the next thing you watch for. We hold, then we look at this guy, right, to come out of there. Those are the two scenarios going in. The VIX is really the thing you got to keep an eye on as we go into the market right now. We end up at the lows of the day and the VIX gets any stronger. Definitely pay attention, right? We have a lot of sentiments in the market, lots of emotions. One thing about those emotions, we want to touch on really quickly, right? Where's ETH? We've kept tabs on these trolley pieces of shit in CloneX for a year, and their emotional locations have been fucking money as fuck. They are always emotional in the same place. Are we getting trolled by TrollX in the TrollX shockwave from the last time those meat puppets did it on August 18th? You better believe it. They're, if nothing else, fucking reliable, aren't they? And they don't know they're fucking stupid, but we do. So, yeah. The craziest shit in the world, right? I'll show you something else. So remember, we marked that date, and this is why you keep track of things. You keep information, because you never trust people out there who are, living in the world of cognitive dissonance to give you an accurate read on history or context of history. You'd be a sucker if you relied on that. It's the reason we are data whores on the level that we are, Let's see. When I say that these guys are reliable, and yeah, I will put this cocksucker on blast because he doesn't tell the fucking truth. You acknowledge that people are fucking attacking us, promote them, and allow them to attack worldwide holders of your project. You're an idiot. And you're fucking culpable because you fucking acknowledged it. Anyways, that being said, August 18th. August 18th is that TrollX attack. The last time we marked fucking the major fucking sentiment damage caused by these people as an emotional location on Ethereum, and ultimately the fucking location of where fucking the last high was for 2022 for Clonex, it's a reliable location to watch as we rotate the bull flag of ETH back into the emotional zone tied to that emotions. Because one thing about people being that emotional is, what it really tells you is they're not making money, right? People are making money right now. The pump in ETH up here don't act like this. That's why we don't act like this, because we don't give that much of a fuck. But they clearly don't have any benefit in it, right? And what's more, you know, BTC is up now 100% in a half a year. And do you hear anybody in crypto sound like they're really happy about it? You guys remember how people acted when BTC first got to 30K? You remember how people acted like fucking in 2022 when it bounced a little bit and came back up there, and fucking people were like, you know, bounce off 30K, and people are like, it's a new bull market? You see none of that, right? Nobody seems to care Bitcoin's at 30K. I've been in the market a long time for that to not be important to anybody. You know, I've been in the market a decade. This is the first time where Bitcoin is up 100% in any major tide and no one cares. The last time Bitcoin rose 100% and no one cared is actually out of the trenches of 2019. When you got down to the low 3,000s, when BTC was going back through like 7,500, no one gave a shit. No one really paid attention to almost fucking 12,000. If you guys remember the shows back then, as we evolved the charts up, right? Me and KJ had actually done a show where we had this place called Roger's Ass. It was a price location, I think around 7,700 if I'm not mistaken. And you have Plebeject, which was in the 9,400 range. And the price was able to get through that. Snow Ripper actually posted some monstrous play out of like the 11,000, I think 2 to 400 range. And literally no one in the community was on it. And she's a King Kong counter trader. She knows when you motherfuckers aren't paying attention. And that play was like one of the biggest and only major plays coming off that range at that time. Like no one was looking. The sentiment damage it takes to let people let something go 100% without fucking touching it is remarkable. But we do have some examples of that we're gonna cover in a second as soon as I get my motherfucking fix on. Anyways, so hopefully I get you guys ready for the opening. You know, be careful of junk. I don't know. Was that a good crash course to set you guys up for the opening bell? I hope so. See if there's anything else I can add to what I got for you guys. So major trigger wise, let's see, do I have any major triggers for you? Yeah. Just to pay attention to it as you come into the open right now. You're in the open. This is the NAS situation currently, and really and truly, like, you know, just as the Qs go that are cooked up here, this is just the futures version of it. You clear this base, you have room to fall, right? And so that's the same situation you have in futures, right? This is the same base down here. So if we get down there, you know, my computer's probably going to make an alert. It's going to halfway deafen you. Iverson, what are you doing? Stop that. Yeah, she's healthy again. Come here. Attention-seeking slut. But yes, so pay attention to this base. We cracked this base. That's the same base on the Qs. You have room to fall here. We rotate back up this range to this range are probably your safest areas to really get some fucking gas and go nuclear. That's why I circle those. So like up above it here, you know, what's that level I got? 6650 above that guy, ranging to, I can't see you, 112.50. So once he gets above there, inside here you can structure out something. You'd be a little safer to be away from the floor. So, you know, see what it do. Yes, Ivy. No, Ivy. What do you need, Ivy? Right away, Ivy. She's so demanding. What do you need, woman? I can't be mad at her. I was always worried I was going to lose her. She can be as crazy as she wants and get away with murder now. I think she knows it. But it's okay. She can torment me. It's pretty crazy. All right. So, if you guys get that morning prep, you good? Oh, I love that when it happens on my computer. I'm having IT drama this morning. I love it. If it wasn't for IT drama, I would have no drama. Oh wait, I have crypto Twitter. I always have drama. Everyone's such a bunch of fucking emotional bitches out there. But, anyways, I have yet to taste the delectable fucking treat I brought with me to the show. And now I will sample said goodness. Pretty amazing, I gotta say. So how many do we got right now? How many do we got? Ooh, that's tasty. What's up, Ivy? No, Ivy. Patience is a virtue, Ivy. You know me is. All right, now it's showtime. What is your deal? What is your deal this morning? Why are you harassing? Come here. Oh, you're gonna play that tactic? Almost killed me. All right, so I'm in the zone. It is. You don't understand. That's got the turf. It's all of that shit. I got a farmer. It's the fucking truth finally, bro. Like years of not getting that. Ooh, okay. That was the main thing I was waiting for. I'm sorry. I had to get to a free roll. That was stressful. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not doing so hot at like the multitasking thing anymore, so I'm kind of having to slow myself up. But yeah, I just took this nonsense. So I just need to get a chance to cut that guy real quick so I could not fucking like have to stress and think. Anyways, that's my second one of the day. You wouldn't believe it. This motherfucker. Hold on, I'll show you. You know, the market's an amazing thing. I gotta say. So this was the play I had just now. I came into the show and I took a play pre-market with the guys. And would you believe, I'm telling you, if you ever think the market's hunting you down, that's my stop. And this motherfucker, while I sat here and watched it on my free roll, came back and did that to me right now while I'm live. So I had to get him again. What a piece of shit. Could have let me just run my fucking show. Like, honestly, stealing Scooby snacks from niggas over here. Anyways, motherfucking Christ. I like having my asshole rated while I'm live on the show. Shit happens. Anyways, let's see if he leaves me alone now. Nope, coming right back. The jinx is real. Well, it is what it is, bitches. So, alright, I'm focused. Can we add RVI? Guys, adding some symbols. 119. My God. Shout out to everybody who threw some bits. Gamble for being a member of fucking Guardians now. 9 months. That just started, but this is YouTube Premium. Peace outside, Chrono, Perky G, Kroos, Singapore, Crypto Dave. We love having you, man. I love having a fresh Asian perspective in the room. So thanks for showing up in Clonex Classic and bringing us some views from the Far East that we are very, very blinded to with Western media. So, anyways, back on some things that we're going to talk about. Right in the room, we would talk about the missing amount of people, and a bull flag of the size of the S&P 500 right now. There's only a few across the last, decades. And the bigger the bull flag, the bigger the population that needs to be mind fucked in order to allow it to rotate, to have the necessary population that can create the demand to buy out the people who are in it when it fucking finishes pumping out, right? So you got to have, within a zero-sum system, you got to have a fucking cornered population of people who don't believe in something, who then eventually fucking believe in the same idea people who weren't on their side of the equation did earlier, and they sell them that idea at higher prices. Well, when you get to the size of the bull flag that the S&P is cooking, can you smell what the rock is cooking? Let's get this guy in here. What the fuck S&P chart is this? That's not my S&P chart. This, the murder cluster, right? One, the colossal sentiment damage. Sorry, I'm gonna turn those speakers off. My bad. That was pretty crazy. Well, hope you guys caught that pump. Free money. Oh my fuck. Dude, my bad. I didn't mean that. Holy shit. But hope you guys caught that NASDAQ rip. Told you, he was pumpable, goddammit. Anyways. Yeah. So what am I doing? Sentiment damage. Right. Sweet baby Jesus. I can't imagine. That was loud as fucking here. That came out of my main speakers. I didn't even know those things were on until just now. Jesus Christ. Cottonmouth is real. Whew. So let's look at this thing. Turn this off real quick. Bull flag resolutions, right? Bull flags go. There's only a couple of them that are this kind of scale when you go back, right? You know, you look at like the S&P 500, you see large scale bull flags. 1, 2, COVID is really quick, and you know that's 3, and that's 4. There are 4 kind of colossal bull flags that sentiment damage the population of the United States to the point they can't fucking touch it until the housing bubble, fucking absolutely not through all of Obama, walk into a fucking like correction, you know, in Shemitah year, the destabilization over in the East, oil crisis, knocks them out here, much lower resolution one, runs them into this, throwback, huge expanding range, kills people, right? And this goes in hand with the collapse of crypto and into the PPT rescue at Christmas of December 2018. Rallies, you get the most bullish sentiment in the United States right in the fucking last quarter of 19, right into COVID, obliterates them, stops out everyone through PPT, leaves with maximum sentiment damage, entered fucking like a huge pump spike that no one fucking believes until the back half of 2021, corrects into Fed policy, destroys everybody, looks like a recession, a war breaks out in Europe. You gotta keep context of all that, right? And so as we rotate, one waterfall, fucking recession's on the brink, Biden's fucking incompetent, fucking Putin, fucking goddamn Zelensky, accounting errors, money out the window, fucking tanks. The whole world looks crazy as fuck, right? Soy boys and fucking Clonex. Everything's fucking not right. At the end of the day, no one's paying attention. That's what happens when this begins to leave. So you want to look at this, right? This has happened before. And so I'm going to show you something. Come on. What are you doing? And you want to look at this, right? Where does the population really out at, right? Remember, one of the things I noted here, right? This is a chart of the, on top of it, there is blue is Dow Jones, and yellow, the candlestick chart is gold, right? This is the gold bull market of 2000 to 2011. Gold is a de-risking asset, right? It's a risk-off asset. When he's in a really high bull tide and he's stronger than risk-off assets, it's not, risk-off assets are the place to be, right? It's a safe haven type play. But when this ratio reverts and you get a full fucking like high leverage risk on trade, short fucking risk off assets, take a fucking, you know, rollover fee for storage, put it into a fucking piece of real estate or stocks and collect dividends for fucking putting capital to work, and you have maximum leverage in both fucking ends. You're like full fucking blast, let's go fucking risk on. That's this moment. This is 2011. This is that moment. So I call both of them at once because it was a fucking bottom movement. For Dow Gold itself. This was where the actual risk on trade began. Not in 2009 when Obama's policies helped to bottom it, but once you had some of the fucking drawdown internally in the system fully fucking bleed the fuck out, and you could start beginning to fucking put land loans back out, and leverage came back into the system across a whole lot of stratas that it was missing. That's one of the things that shunted food production, right? We couldn't get farm loans from 2009 to 2011, so there was a lot of missing leverage in the system. Full leverage came back here. You like that? Show title, motherfucker. Maximum leverage starts here in 11. That's the real gas pedal of risk assets against risk off assets. Right? If you only look at risk assets in terms of fiat, you don't have a real fucking comparison that means anything, right? A further expanding ledger tied to fucking fractional reserve debt that's tied to collateralized assets is not nearly as comparable as fucking other corporations or other asset classes. So putting the Dow Jones or stock market in terms of gold gives you an amazing fucking relationship to understand risk-seeking behavior and risk-off behavior. You know, I turned off, oh, that's the other speakers. My bad. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, the NAS is still going. Sorry about that. Anyways, that point is, Jesus. At this point, 2011, August 24th, August 22nd, there's a whole lot of other things that are going on in the marketplace that I'm aware of that now I want to go back and talk to you about. Sorry, Joe. So I was in real estate at this time, and I was flipping properties. So in 2009, when I started, like, okay, you have the banking crisis. I'm a correspondent lender, which means I can basically like originate loans on my own lines and sell mortgages to secondary markets. And I'm a step above like a mortgage broker, right? So correspondent lenders basically were the thing you had to be to even survive once they knocked out wholesale mortgages. When the market fully broke down into '09, I don't know what to turn off to stop that from coming out of anything. How many alerts do I have? Holy shit. Ooh, I can see another one that's going to happen too. I'm going to try to stop it. Edit horizontal alert. Please stop. I'm stopping stuff. Do you really want to kill alert? Yes, stop alert. Oh, Jesus. I must have said a lot for the NASDAQ pump. Well, so clearly I was thinking there was a possible pump today. Anyways, I'm trying to get to what I'm telling you about 2011. So, okay, so I get into the market and I can't sell shit. I can't sell shit. Right? In the first half year, I started to sell foreclosures. The market's really liquid at the bottom of '09. I get a couple properties sold, and in Christmas of '09, I find my first really major buyer that can take on a truckload of properties, and I sell a bunch in that month. And then, the market picks up a little bit, but it's ones and twosies with like, a few players, and there are some institutions on the ground, right? BlackRock's on the ground in Central Florida as invitation homes, and they're beginning to suck up fucking homes in a couple of like the C minus subdivisions. But there is really low liquidity. There's not a lot of private lenders active in the marketplace. It's very hard to get fucking like, small people to transact. It's just a very illiquid market still. Get to like 11, I'm selling properties at times, even at 11, I'm getting houses at the cost to fucking like rebuild them per insurance, like fucking intrinsic value alpha, right? I got houses that were block houses, 4 bedrooms, some of them like 11 to like $20,000, and the cost to rebuild them per insurance is like 40. It means you could set the house on fucking fire, and on insurance, double your money. The house is worth that much better. Your rental yields are through the 20s on some of these things. Now, don't get me wrong. At nighttime, you're probably gonna catch a bullet in the places I'm selling them, but I can't make anyone interested in this fucking house anywhere. No one, no friends, no family. The market is vacant. Just like it is now, right? I've got houses you could literally make 100% on in fucking like, a week. Close it and put it back on the market and just fucking, or set it on fire. Nobody wants anything, right? But the stock market also is that same way. Nobody wants that either. When you get to the stock market is doing this. Let's do this. Let me clear out some things for you. Oh, that's my murder cluster chart. Let me get a clean chart for you. So let's get SPX 500. I just need nothing on this. Okay, so let's go back here into 11. Did I pick the wrong SPX chart? What the fuck is wrong with this chart? This thing gives me different charts. This, okay. These weekly. So the S&P by September, August 2011, where that fucking major point is, let's look at this one time so you guys can remember. Dow Jones Gold looks like this here, all right? We marked this before. Dow Jones Gold in September of 2011, where you get is doing this, right? The market is like bleeding into this spot. So while this is happening, most people see the stock market rising, but there's really an underperformance in terms of fucking like commodities still happening, right? At this moment. So you don't want to be in risk assets here. This is like the Zoom CCL thing, right? If you pick the wrong side of that equation, you're going to get wrecked. Well, at this point, there's still a liquidity crisis happening in risk assets. So it's very hard to fucking act in the market. We put over top of this guy, SPX, just put the fucking SPY, all right? And so right here, that's the real gas pedal. You can see it, right? This is janky. This is like not being in best of breed. This is where you get your ass torn up. That sounds gross. But right here is where the real alpha move happens. Well, this little window here in the stock market is fucking anti-Obama mania. That's one of the reasons I knew the market was bull, is that the people were committing me in real estate. Like, I'd rather do this and fucking deal with that N-word fucking motherfucker. They were just shitting on him. And I was like, wow. I was like, is that the justification to not buy the stock market after a crash? Is the guy's black? I was like, well, that's fucking sentiment things. So in this window, nobody wants shit. And specifically at this spot, you can't sell, you can't sell fucking food to a starving man. Nobody wants fucking anything right there. So that sentiment is the only time I've seen what I see right now today, where like everyone is missing in action, can't find people who have had successes in the marketplace, can't find anybody that's like got a remote relationship to what we do, that's on task. Everyone is drifted the fuck out. And one of the things that you can see that I wanted to show you right here is like, well, from the bottom, where are you at in September 11, right? You're up like 83% on the S&P. And at that point, looking in hindsight, just like the Dow Jones, I think the Nasdaq here at the same point is up 100. Oh shoot, IXIC. My eggplants. From his dead bottom, he is up at about 100%, like Bitcoin, off the lows. The bearish sentiment of the marketplace in 11 against Obama is so fucking unbelievably here, and the market's up 100% and no one knows it. Then it goes fucking alpha gas in terms of fucking risk off assets, and goes fucking nuclear and goes right to the top of the internet bubble. The sentiment damage it takes to have people sleep on 100% move off the lows is exactly like Bitcoin. Nobody gives a fuck. Bitcoin's up 100% in a market that's completely crypto fucking centric. Think about it, right? Everybody who is in my ecosystem, 1,400 people arrived there because they fucking are crypto based. None of these people came to our room because they were stock traders. They came because they're crypto based traders. And not one of them gives a fuck Bitcoin's up there. I mean, I can tell you right now, there's only a few people in the room who I know are holding any coins. The market's completely not there. And that behavior also mimics what we saw with this, right? This is more recent. NVIDIA. Really and truly, who is paying attention to this, right? I can tell you right now in this show, when I drew up this plan here in about the same location, NVIDIA is up 100%. And how many people gave a fuck before he then goes fucking nuclear? Hell, the FUD from Ben's so strong, he can't even break down on this flag. He just goes again, right? It's almost the same thing. About the same location of rotation of the bull flag, from a massive sentiment damage, and no one fucking wants this. No one wants BTC. No one wants fucking the stock market. I've seen this before. People mad asleep at the switch, but people don't bitch like you see on fucking Twitter if they're making money. We know that shit. Some of you guys catch that NAS? That was a pretty fucking money ass trigger I gave you guys. You should already be at your free rolls, right? I tell you why 62.5, was it 62.5? I think I said that. Where the fuck? Yeah, 62.5 is about there, and then 112. You should already be in that bitch though. So, free rolling already? Easy fucking Monday. I like that. Lots of emotions equals lots of movement, right? Lots of salt, cornered market things. So, thank you, Trolex. We appreciate you fucking douchebags. At least you're good for something. Oh my god. Anyways, boy, I feel like crypto Twitter has been nonstop attacks, man. People trying to steal my IP rights, steal my methods, steal my analysis, steal my brand. Fucking, can you leave a motherfucker alone? Like, goddamn. Don't come to your fucking house, bitch, and we don't give a fuck. Anyways, that weed's really good. I got cotton mouth like a son of a bitch. It's killing me. That was a whole lot of stuff. You guys get all that? So one thing is, unlike fucking Trolex, we don't just sit there holding an NFT and it's got our entire net worth in it. Bitch, we make money. All day, every day. So, pay attention right now. This morning you play the right size contracts, you probably just made back your motherfucking clone. Not bad, huh? That was an easy call. I got you guys a decent prep on that for 5 minutes of the NAS opening. Come on, say it ain't so. That was pretty fucking smooth. I get that artwork done in there. See? See, one thing, you know when they stop you all like that, it's going to be a motherfucker of a rip, right? What a douchebaggy move. Had I not bought that back and sat in this show would be ending in about 25 fucking minutes. Go fucking strangle 6 of the 9 lives out of Ivy for this shit. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, pay attention. To our first major zone, he can flag back there, right? So he's parabolic as fuck to here. Good place for a possible stall if you got like high trajectory and stuff like that. It's a ridiculous trajectory. So, but yeah, it's a good spot. It's a good play, boys and girls. Whoever played it, let's see what I get out of this nonsense. Try to do something retarded on the show. But yeah, huge sentiment things, right? And where's our Q things at? Let's see where the Q's at today. So, the little box range I told you, you're not really out of there yet. He bounced it again. See if he holds it. This is like the rotation we've been projecting. He's done 1, he's done 2. More of these he doesn't fail, scarier he gets, right? So still keep your eyes on it. Don't get complacent and stuff like that. Don't be like, this is the retirement trade. Manage your shit the same way as you always do, right, guys? So dumping down here on the VIX, this could easily become a flag on the outside of the trigger that we have here as the major bottom of the bull flag that generated the COVID spike, right? God damn it. Today, Jackson. So just to remember where that purple level comes from. Geez, that loads so slow. He's this. He's the base of the last flag before fucking apocalypse, right? So big level to fuck around with, So even though he's fading down to it, don't take your eyes off this shit. So good job, everybody who fucking paid attention to that, right? You've got a gap, dick rules on him, down to fucking his dick rule. Opening equals possible gas and risk assets, but now we're still possibly at a higher floor, so pay attention. All right. So I got that in the market prep channel to watch that, and I hope I covered the context before things got off the bell and you guys got what you needed. And now, again, so talking about things, where have I seen it where like everybody couldn't be alerted there was a good deal? You couldn't find anybody who could recognize Bitcoin as a good idea. Coming into 2019, the sentiment damage of that scale of crash from 17 mind fucked the entire market and let them watch it like go from 3,500 right to 12 before they're like, oh shit, this thing's moving. The sentiment damage that we're dealing with in that fucking murder cluster, S&P 500, is phenomenal. And the fact that we have such a study as, murder cluster and did it live, and that didn't really jar people to paying attention is rather stunning, right? We literally tracked the literal dead bodies that make up the bottom of a bull flag, fucking, figuratively and actually, and got murders, people who cannot play. And there's a lot of people in my room who are still breathing who have now made the same trade as a bunch of dead people. I'm not sure how else to put it to fucking, jar you out of fucking complacency, but you don't want to be fucking asleep at the switch right now. So in a bull flag of these scales, the damage on the base of it is so massive that people watch it leave and mark, assets to 100% and are fucking paralyzed. Absolutely fucking paralyzed. And cannot see anything through the lens of fucking Armageddon. They only perceive it as nigh. This is why I tell you objectivity is so key, right? The ability to fucking observe without judgment is the highest form of intelligence, but everybody's dying to fucking like put their stake in the game and tell you why it's got to do X. Let it do what it does and be able to move mechanically with it. And watch the fucking crowd because they're your conviction, right? Nobody believes this is supposed to be going anywhere. Nobody fucking thinks this thing is shit, right? So we want to pay attention to that. Until people believe it, right, they're the exit. All the people who tell you this has got to come down, that's who's going to buy at higher prices when they finally let go of the fucking bias in the bottom of fucking the bull flag and then go, hey, you know what? This thing could be Trump's bull market, right? This is what these knuckleheads are doing. They gave Trump credit. The market had gone a fucking million miles before they fucking knew what the fuck was going on. So, sentiment things, massive sentiment things. Nobody out there looks like there is a crypto bull market happening that are crypto based. Nobody with a PFP that is based on Ethereum that is up off of 800 at 1900 now looks like they're fucking happy about Ethereum's prices. Not one soul is celebrating BTC zealotry. Fucking where the BTC maxis at? Remember when that was a fucking thing? Where are the fucking Bitcoin maxis at? It looks weird. And that's all you can say, right? It looks fucking weird. So, anyways. That was a lot of stuff. Alright. Now that we're back. You guys got all that? I gotta get another bowl in. I'll get a war story in here in a second. Whew. It's fucking hot in here. God damn. You could be done for the day and enjoy the rest of the show right now if you caught that bitch low enough. Don't know what you guys are playing, but you know. Oh, that was smooth. I have to put weed back in it. Got all the memos this morning. Good deal. Happy to hear that. We try to give you unbiased, just what it is information. We don't really play favorites with anything. We just tell you, you know, water's wet, the sky's blue, and some of these Clonex pussies are fucking bitch-ass niggas too, you know? We just try to make sure we keep it 100 everywhere we go. My rhyme game's on point too, you have no idea. Managing free rolls. Thrifty nigga Enoch in the building. That sounds like fucking raised stops. Like, what are you doing? Enoch, don't you turn my morning around on me. Things parabolic as fuck. Anyways, good shit. The fucking jinx is real in here, god damn it. But right, could be Pump City. So play it out, pay attention to the VIX, don't get caught, right? But good shit. How baked am I that I can't finish getting this done? Money. Oh yeah, and you know, another thing, right? Another thing to consider, right? Something that nobody seems to notice is, we all talk about, so goes Apple, so goes the market. Well, does anybody notice that Apple is fucking all-time high right now? How is that even being missed, right? Biggest company on the planet. You think in a bear market that's a thing? Right? You have to be a little crazy to fucking think that. But that's what you're watching, right? Nobody seems to even realize this is happening. And it happens post the Apple Vision spatial computer. And it works like this every fucking time. For a decade plus, I've been watching this shit show with Apple. Let me find that chart real quick for you. It's the funniest fucking fractal ever. Like, the hatred for Apple from all the non-Apple people is, you know, palpable. But release hardware, get shit on, media goes radio silent, everyone stops looking, Apple breaks high. That is literally the only formula of Apple fucking like hardware fucking releases that happens, or new product releases. It happens on like every fucking iPhone. It's like the most fucking amazing thing. So much so, a decade ago, I made this on December 2013. And at the Apple event for September, I forecasted the correction for the Apple phone, and then the pump that comes after, they fuck everyone out of that one. This is going to be the iPhone. This is the iPhone 6S that happens in this year, 2014, and it's exactly that move, right? They get to September, and it fucking like just dump bars off of the fucking iPhone, and everyone's like, Apple didn't innovate, and then kaboom! It always happens. This is a decade ago. It's that reliable, and I've been watching that shit since like fucking like you know, when I first got my first one, I really paid attention to it was I got my 3GS in 2009, and I really like started looking at it because I hadn't really like, you know, thought of using an iPhone until that particular one, and then I really looked at the, you know, the charts with it, and I'm like, that's pretty ridiculous. Like, this one's amazing. And then I kept watching. I'm like, wow. And it's like so much. It's like, I think I can predict the entire year of Apple's behavior. It's so predictable. It's fucking crazy. And 10 years later, I'm like, I wonder. Come on, how funny is that, right? History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. In this case, it repeated itself. Like, hella crazy. But yeah, Apple is fucking predictable. Human behavior things, right? Shit's fun. All right, let's get a war start in here. You know how many people would get fucking like in a magazine for fucking doing that a decade apart? Anyways, Let's get this TV. I think I had another one, right? Somebody wrote me another book, didn't they? Oh, well, I'm glad that we had this book from Kiki, because this definitely opened up a lot of things that a lot of people, I think, had to confront to realize what's in the way before you get to like putting in a consistent effort to learn a brand new skill. And I did like seeing the conversations that emerged from this and people looking at negative self-talk and stuff. Remember, if markets are 90% psychology, then this is everything. You know, the way you feel before you push a button is everything, and we don't really have enough conversations about that. Everyone thinks they need an indicator or a system and don't realize the ability to utilize those things with maximum efficiency. It starts in the mind, right? And if your mind's not right and you're not aligned with your own fucking goals and don't know it, there's a whole lot of things that are going to be wrong before you get to the fucking charts, you know? And that's just going to be where all of the shit in your head that's out of whack is going to be reflected. So I did enjoy this one. Thanks for writing the book. Don't have any new war stories, so we're not going to be doing anything over there. But yeah. Would like to see more war stories. There should definitely be more in there than that. There should at least be a couple per day. With the amount of people in this eco trading, and remember, they give me a chance to give you insights on your mind state about things. How you think about a thing matters, but being able to have perspective on those things is also important, and it's something you don't really get to have unless somebody can give you like an interpretation of like what you're doing and seeing. And you know, that's what I do. So can't do that though unless you allow me to, right? So, but good stuff. All right, let me get to next template. All right, so patience things, you know, while we rotate this bull flag, one of the things we gave you guys a good trigger in here was this Ragnarok level, and the phantom zone is like a real key area to stay away from so you don't hurt yourself and stuff like that. And you know, the ability to be patient enough to wait around to plan for these areas and something is definitely something you have to learn if you're going to do this as a profession. A lot of people show up every day, and there's, you know, there's places in here you could go take a vacation. You could go spend time with your family and just not fuck around, and you'd save yourself damage, you know, mental capital and real capital damage. We gave you, oh yeah, I got it. My bad. So there's a chart. So right, the Ragnarok level was right here, coming up, you know, through the range here in May. And we end up at like another emotion trigger said, watch, we could chill out at Goku, this DVD's level. But, you know, the thing was, we talked about how dangerous the phantom zone was, and to just stay the fuck out of this. And there are a lot of people who couldn't, right? This place sentiment damaged out and capital damaged out a bunch of people before you got here. And from May, right, you had some real fucking alpha show up in the markets, right? From May, you had these gas pedal moves show up in here and show up in Apple and show up in all these places. If people could have avoided like getting chopped up in the phantom zone, the gas came after you exited, right? After May, where's May? All right, the phantom zone allowed for fucking gas pedal moves like this. Let's see exactly what date do we have this on. Phantom zone exit, it's like, you could say June 1st. If you allow the market to just leave that spot, right? You could have gone to June 1st on Tesla. And I think we had a flag for Tesla right there, right? There's June 1st. There's the flag in the phantom zone for the S&P for Tesla. It's absolutely the alpha move for Tesla, right? So if you can be patient and plan around the fucking indexes, you can like really cut down a lot of the places that like in individual stocks you watch, you seem to underperform. This is something that a lot of people don't really have the patience for, but it's definitely something you need to learn to like make your macro planning make more sense. And what I do understand in a lot of the conversations I've had in the room is that, you know, your planning is what's really killing you. You have all these great plays, but you don't know when to touch them. You touch them out of phase with the market. You get chopped. You look away from the charts, and then everything goes. Always start from the macro, work your way in, right? The indexes is why we focus on it so much in the show, because the indexes tell you about all of the components within it. Some of your alpha components obviously are going to get ahead of it, but if you trade with the main fucking indexes of the market and trade at high correlated assets, you're going to get the move if there is a move. You know, it's one reason we focus on ETH and BTC. We're not looking in the troughs for like garbage that could possibly pump here or there. We want to know when the whole crypto is moving. And when the whole crypto is moving, you can find things, and you know, tier 3 and tier 2 risks that are going to be moving also. You don't have to like fight against it to like, solve the riddle. Warren Buffett makes the most of his money in stuff that everybody knows. He doesn't look under the ground or under a rock for some pile of shit. He makes it in stuff that you all fucking use every day. So it's not about finding like, the super secret play. It's about, your timing, that super secret play. So Uber doing this thing like I mentioned last show. Let's see Uber. Oh yeah. What do we have him at? Uber. Yes, Uber is rotating his flag too, and nobody's looking at this motherfucker either. That's a decent projection for the higher floor. So floor 1, floor 2, Uber things, right? And your next triggerable area is over the high of the very first system he ever had, right? And that would treat that like just like a Ragnarok, like clearing the system should give room for like to go challenge, this next area. So cool if you caught that. Now let's see. QQQ things, we did that real quick. We'll look back what he's doing. Right, so told you could stall a little parabolic up here, so he stalled up there, right on Enoch's arrival, right? It was, wasn't it? Was that Tristy Enoch who put a level on? Let's see. Yeah, it was. Told you. That Tristy nigga Enoch, great for calling tops. Let's see. So, anyways. Watching the flag on USDT.D, if this bear flag's back, this could be the next impulse of crypto. We want to watch to make sure the VIX doesn't do a quick de-risking move. And this move we see in the NAS is real, and it keeps pushing risk assets, and Apple keeps going. And this guy could keep flagging, and crypto, which looks like it has everybody on the wrong side also, right, could possibly finish that flag here and then rotate and continue through TrollX. So this is an interesting spot. Like I said, it's a sentiment location across the market right now. And with regard to where risk assets like the stock market, S&P, and Apple and things like that are also, right? Nobody that's in the emotional state of what we're seeing here is a participant in the trend tides that have taken Apple to the top, that have taken the S&P to its rotation, have taken NVIDIA out, that have brought ETH or BTC here. You just don't act like that. So massive sentiment things. DXY. I forgot to put my mask back on. Whatever. I'm baked. You're baked. We're all baked. So DXY things, paying attention to currencies, right? Want to know what he's doing. Bit of a chop shop in that flag. So probably get a little clarity looking at like GBP. He's been a really good one to watch. And I think he is like your better one to watch in the Euro basket against the dollar. We got a good trigger on him here, and they got a pretty clean bull flag above system here. So right now it lends to that DXY isn't a bear flag and could rotate fucking downwards, allowing a pump in a couple things on the USD. So now we can check the euro. And the euro we had in a projection here, he's kind of got the messiness of the DXY, but he's likely, possibly set a bull flag that could come down and then fucking turn up. So we're watching this as the rotation of euro here, not as strong as GBP. Looks like it's tracking a dollar weakness move. The real bull in currencies we talked about has been the yen markets, which not a lot of people are paying attention to. These things are ridiculous since they rotated back here. We pointed that out. We think you should still keep your eyes on that. If anybody's got a real tailwind on them, it's them. Because even with the DXY, under attack, the dollar, everything is net killing the yen. The yen is the weakest thing in the G7. So definitely worth keeping your eyes on yen baskets while Japan remains a strength and nobody gives a shit, right? And that's another thing, right? I have a Japan mega chart. I gotta see where I put it. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. 1 second. You guys have to see this thing. So there isn't a lot of great historic stuff on Japanese charts available to us, but I do think I have something here. 1 sec. Okay, yeah, that's as much as I've got on the other chart. Cool. I figure which one has it. Check this thing out. So, what resolution do we use on him? He's got a big res chart. If I put him into logarithmic, so we don't get. I would love to see the Nikkei with fucking the actual nuclear attack on it, but basically, if we can kind of gauge this thing, probably crashed from the nuclear attack and bottoms here somewhere in 50 and does a pump. Remember, the United States goes into like a sideways market in the 60s and doesn't emerge until the 80s. Well, Japan doesn't do that. Japan is like in gas mode, right, for a huge fucking period of time, all the way into their actual main correction from 89, which is the only fucking correction they really had since World War II. This fucking one bull flag is what they're rotating. And it is a bull flag that took 30 years to make. You know? It's fucking amazing when you really look at the scale of what this could be and what the next leg of Japan's fucking bull run. If this is a fractal like the Dow 100 and this is like your markup and this is our one fucking shockwave, like holy fucking shit, right? This could be insane. So, you know, and everyone's clearly sleeping on these guys. So I think this is pretty fucking crazy to see. All right. So that was something cool I just pulled up the other day. I thought you guys would like to check out. Oh yeah, there's my Japan. That's probably my Japan chart right there. All right. So I did DXY, and like I said, you know, we talked about crypto things briefly again. One thing, you know, don't sleep on stuff like this. Where'd it go? Right, Bitcoin dominance out. If this keeps trending from this crazy range it's been in 2 years, the sentiment on that is when Bitcoin dominance is really fucking strong and BTC, like, you know, in the back end of 2017, people like refused to play Bitcoin. It was like, let me find a shitcoin that could go flying. But when Bitcoin became the strongest thing in the back half, the sentiment within the crypto market itself was to bet against it in terms of shitcoins and miss the outperformance of the strength of BTC. When you have a bull Bitcoin dominant and the crypto market's bull on the dollar, that's the sentiment. Everyone's going to look for every meme coin and shitcoin, every alternative, and dodge the main alpha in the room. This keeps going, it's a Bitcoin only trade. And the fact is, right, there's not a lot of people in this thing. Where did I have that article? I had an article up here just for the fucking minute to segue, and I don't have it now. Fuck me. Oh, here it is. Right, Bitcoin is up 12% this month, even though barely anybody's trading it. Even look at that. So the market is massively, massively illiquid, right? That's what they're trying to say. There literally isn't anyone. We know it just from fucking Skeleton Crew vibes, and the fact that like nobody celebrated Bitcoin at this time at 30K, but like the depth of market is fucking like just empty. Like there is nothing. I think this is funny, right? Is this fucking financial information? It's being moved by whales. Is this what the financial analysts have now dictated moves markets as fucking large fucking sea mammals? How insightful. Anyway, liquidity remains low. Bitcoin's moving on nothing. There is no sell pressure. There's no one really long to fucking suppress it. There's no one in this thing this time. It has really caught like the market by fucking surprise. I think that's pretty nice to see. The article comes out and kind of backs that up. At 30K, no one's in it. But there seems to be institutions and BlackRock encircling this thing, but the crowd doesn't want it. Isn't that what everybody in 2017 was saying? That the institutions are going to save us, you know, they're going to save Bitcoin? Well, now when BlackRock's circling around fucking talking about it, does anyone seem to be that happy? Not at all, right? Bitcoin looks overbought, same as late 2019, if you say so. So anyways, watch the show. Clearly went over this for the whole fucking show. But anyways, so case in point. Let's see. That's if you wanted to short it there, let's see, M2209. You know what's about to happen. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I don't know who you are, sir, but M299 OP becomes a prophet. Oh no, he becomes a fractal analyst. Fractal analysis. How are we doing? M299 OP. All right, and I think we'll use the eyeballs that Steve put on there. That looks good. What color are you? Do you got any colors I can steal there? What's your color scheme, sir? He's green. All right. We'll go with green. I don't know. Let's make it bigger. Alright, you have your own level, sir. You have arrived. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Everybody can participate. Alright, goody. Welcome to the club. And you were welcomed by Steve Donata. Don't feel bad. He owns a very prestigious level in the S&P 500 and on the VIX. So, when will we be selling, your levels on the NFT, as an NFT? I'm not sure. Alright. Alright, so we did crypto, we did FX, we did VIX, we did DXY, we did stocks. Alright, we got a list. Did you guys come up with something? I saw there was like no symbols like 8 minutes ago this morning. What do we get? I'm looking for symbols and my chat is stuck. That's not a good thing. Yo, my chat is frozen inside Streamlabs. Alright, all I got is the stream. Shit. I think my Streamlabs is about to crash. Alright, ARB USDT. It always fucks me up. ARB USDT. It's this one, right? Is it this one? It's this one, right? I'm pretty sure it's this one. So, let's see. I think the bull flag he's trying to rotate up there, which is the base of this shockwave, right? We care about bases of major systems, just like we said in Pepe and inside of BTC. Use that as a trigger. You can see what like a good fucking, trigger is for like a very high velocity move from here. 2 wicks and then a real fucking move. It's a real area. So stabilization above this gives you a chance to like do something along these lines, right? To go ahead and go fucking nuclear if you can put a system on top of it. If you can do something like that over there, put a system on top of it, then he may have a chance to like, complete some kind of setup like that. So let's see if he can do that. Take this angle, adjust him properly for what he should be now. He's really a flag of this resolution. And an expanding range on his opening flag, right? So possible. All right. ARB Disney. Nobody's asked that in a long time. Let's see. I don't think Disney's on this chart. Disney is not on this chart. Disney. What? I know I have a Disney chart. Okay, there it is. Oh, no shit. Well, it's been a forever since somebody asked this shit. Let's see what we got. This looks kind of interesting. Iger's back here. This was November 2022. It bounced from there. And we're sitting right back where Iger came back. $86.25. Let me be precise with this. 86.25. That's your danger if he's going to go to the floor. Structure inside that and out the base of that would be dangerous to see, right? If he goes back underneath this little box range he did on the 2B, I'd watch that. So with him on the base, right, best possible place to pay attention also for a possible bounce, but that's a line in the sand you've got with where he's at, right? He's definitely had some internal problems. And as far as entertainment goes, right, they're definitely having a problem with the resurgence of fucking Netflix and shit like that. So Disney, not been the best to breed at all, to pay attention to. That low box range, and honestly, with this excessive wick he put outside here, that's your real trigger to go out the base. We'll put that as orange, because orange is bad. So watch how he interacts, and if he touches it again, and then you can track a flag he's running, like bull flag to the low. Alright, if he doesn't break the low of this, he really was running a flag here. And then he's got just another one into the same area, which is that like low from that we tracked from way back here. So can you rotate? You pay attention to something like that to see if you can come back, and pull up inside here and then do that. Otherwise, big danger if he structures out and goes down through here. Ah, Jesus Christ. Alright. Dot USD. No one ever asked that guy. Let's see. What chart would I have him? Dot USDT, I think. Nope. Dot USDT. I know I've done this guy before, but I can't. I'll be damned if I know where I did him. Dot USD. There's one. Dot USD. Okay, there he is. So only main system that you have down here, your low bull flag that puts up this entire thing. What's going on with this chart? Oh yeah. This is where you are, right? So that was a box range you drew whenever you last looked at it, and the same thing, he's just cooking more volume there. This is the entire fucking monopoly of volume in dot. So this box range high back here, if he's gonna come back, I wouldn't touch him until he gets on top of this. That's what you'd be playing for if he gets out of here, right? And he's definitely not best of breed, so there's definitely other things in the crypto market that's a better idea. And waiting for the resurrection of like a dog, especially when BTC and things are up 100%, this guy's struggling. Like, this is chasing a dog in the marketplace. Where's the next one? RVI. That's the Russian VIX. So we talked about this. What do you do since? Crazy fucking candle bars there. And we talked about right here, right? If he's gonna fucking pump, we're looking for like above that. And it's still true. So he's faded into the ground right now, along with the VIX over here. That's a really weird looking, let's see. Not sure what that is. Well, that's likely that guy invading them, wasn't it? No, that happened just now. How does this tie anything specific? It's just a fucking crazy candle. I'll leave it like it is until he gets here, right? This is the main trigger. Right now, he's kind of fading into the ground, sort of kind of like the US. If you do this, you might be able to time him that way to see when he's going to rotate out of this and possibly enter another volatility cycle. Uber, I don't think anything else to do with that guy. He's just kind of hauling ass. Until he gets to this next trigger, we wouldn't really do anything with it, right? So you got your movement from the last show you talked about, and he's like in an arc from this particular bull flag right here, and he's kind of arcing out. You probably want to see if you get some congestion on this trigger and then get a chance to have him set up something and then get to play again as he goes through it. Kill these. Oops. Could you get that kind of play through it? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, just at the next major trigger, since it's the high of a system, Probably the next best place to get some kind of chopper congestion and get a chance to make a new plan and not like chase the FOMO of what he's doing at this very second. If you're in it from down here, that's cool. But at this resolution, you probably need some kind of chill out like at the next major area to make a new plan on him. GBP ZAR. Nobody asked that. GBP ZAR. Interesting. Pound South African Rand. So pound strong as fuck on the planet. What's he strong against? You know, what are the best things to play him against? Let's look at a few things real quick. GBP, JPY, GBP, USD, GBP, CHF. And kind of get an idea what's he moving on, right? Oops, turn this off. Interesting. Killing the Rand from at least back there. Let's see, from the trenches with the Queen. Yeah, the Rand is something in the GBP basket. Interesting, right? Probably should have left that on. So in the nearest term, the yen is the thing he's killing the hardest right now. The yen has gone off a cliff with the the crazy strength in the Nikkei. I mean, right now, in the dollar, he looks like he's flagging for a possibly higher move. He's extremely strong, but he couldn't continue to track and possibly come out and continue to do shit like this. And this guy, like as a basket play, since he's kind of killing everything, can track behind it. But I know the Rand carries higher rates on him, and so when you're looking at GBP versus the yen versus GBP versus the Rand, the carry trade really does matter, right? I forget what the current interest rate for the Rand is. It might be like 5% or so, maybe 7%. But when you're long the pound versus the yen, right, you have the biggest differential in your favor for net positive interest holding the pound. If the Rand has a higher interest rate than the pound, you're going to actually pay a negative fucking spread, and you're going to have a cost to carry, which is going to be less attractive and create a differential between the pound Rand and the pound yen, making the pound yen the best of breed thing to go for right now to have that tailwind in your cross. So keep that in mind when you look at trades like this. All of that kind of matters. All right, let's see. Where's the next one? ETH, BTC, and Boeing. ETH, BTC. I got a couple charts for that guy. So ETH BTC things. The heck is that? Not that. ETH, BTC. What the fuck just happened to my cursor? ETH, BTC right there. So we back up on this guy, right? It's like a gigantic bull flag from where we had the altcoin winter forecast, which is where altcoins got weaker than BTC, and you saw this complete climax top happen, and shitcoins collapsed against BTC in the 17 cycle. This rotation right now, right, has stalled in the midpoint of the rotation of the bull flag, and if you can get through here, that'd be the next range where the sentiment's not there to bet on ETH versus BTC, kind of like the Nvidia bull flag, the S&P bull flag. When I look at this right now, right, he's just congested, and this is the entire range of BTC dominance that we're just box ranged in from 2021 that we just got out of. As long as that's pumping, BTC is best to breed on everybody, and he creates another drawdown and another possible flag here for whenever that stalls out, if he stalls out. So right now, I think you're kind of just in another bull flag, and this is still your main trigger on the macro for this large scale bull flag rotation. And it's again, just showing you waves this way and waves that way, right? This is the most recent bull flag low, and this is all within the body of it. So you're kind of really watching him, and there's possibly one here. And if he holds this floor, if this holds here, and he holds up here, then, he kind of will find his way out of this. So I think that's what you're watching, but the safer place to play, and so I put this up here, is when he clears this system. This is so much volume now, that on top of here, in a bull flag rotation like this, it would be a pretty bullish setup if you got him to get up here somewhere and set up top. Yeah, I think that's about it on that guy. And then I have a couple other guys that kind of make it cleaner. I think this is one, right? So just looking at him, right, this is kind of like the range you're watching. And what you really see is, right, he set a bull flag here, And then he expanding ranged it. Stop bringing people onto that side, stop bringing people onto this side, fucked everybody, and then created a larger bull flag, which he's now inside of the fucking body of this entire thing again. So, you know, he's really safe for this to figure out up here, going out of this thing, or going back down to the base, you know. But this is just basically part of that fucking BTC dominance zone. It's a chop shop. It's its own phantom zone. So let him get to one side or the other. I think it's a bull flag rotation, and long term, it's actually bullish. You know, that we'll eventually see an ETH rally against BTC. But for right now, you know, don't bet against BTC dominance. And then Boeing. Got Boeing on not this graph. Boeing. So we talked about him before, and we're watching this flag he's gotten here, and he just has failed to really come out of it with any gas. He had an attempted rotation here, didn't do it yet. And you keep watching the system, and he just has to reset, and you watch this correction for another structure if he does it. You know, for right now, he's just, this is a more congested bull flag structure. There's just more volume as it stayed trapped in this range. So it just needs to find its way out of this. Oof, gas pocket. All right, guys, get all that. Never negotiate without a position of strength. Maximum leverage, niggas. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm gonna go smoke some more grass. Keep it 100. See y'all on the flip. Peace.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.